Day, y'all. Hey, Desiree. Hey, Kimberly. Facebook, I turned y'all on this time. Y'all on live now. Y'all, I can't take my glasses off today. I'm getting blinded by the day. I got to wear these suckers. I got to wear my glasses. Hey, Anaya. Let's see who else is that. Always favored by. Oh no, that's you, Anaya. Never mind. I think it says Ash Cash, Kimberly, 12 Diva. I think that's Gwen. Hey y'all. Hello Facebook. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Oh y'all, we talking about some good stuff today because listen, this info that I'm about to give y'all today, I'm telling y'all, we talk about this, we answer this question 11 million times a week. But we wanted to answer it and talk about it live in living color. So maybe we won't get the question as much, but never mind, because we will. But again, happy Monday. I think I said Tuesday. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Hey, Katrina. The first thing we're going to talk about that, hey, Denslow, that I had not mentioned, that I was just reminded today, is the real ID, y'all. So, they just go ahead and go sneaking up on us, doing a whole, what my son called it, a panoramic, and not remind us really. So if you don't already have the real ID, like it's been in the works for years, we were supposed to have it last year. They stretched it out to this year. Hey, Janice. So October 1st is the deadline. Listen, if you have a passport and or global entry card, and you just, your ID is not expiring and you're not, hard pressed to go and get another ID, then, you really don't have to worry about this. But if you are going to be flying domestically after October 1st, you need to have a real ID, especially if you don't have a passport, especially if you don't have a global entry card. Hey, Karen, P back. Y'all rolling on in. So go ahead and get the real ID. If you don't want to carry your passport with you when you're traveling domestically, and or if you do not have a global entry card, okay? Because October 1st is the deadline to get the real ID. And if you are going to be traveling domestically, going into federal buildings and things like that, you need to have this type of identification, okay? Again, if you are a person who is okay with traveling with your passport, or if you have global entry and you're okay, you're going to replace that with your ID. I mean, you can, but, then you don't have to get the real ID until your your current ID expires. But, that's what it is. October 1st is the deadline for that. And while we're on global entry, listen, y'all, if y'all going to be rolling with us, you need to get global entry, because I leaves everybody. I leaves everybody. Global entry also includes TSA pre-check. So I do not take off shoes, backpacks, stand in the long lines. I ain't standing in line with my mama, with my baby daddy, with my kids. None of them. They getting left. They don't have the Listen, I'm telling y'all, we get off that plane coming from international trip. I'm going to put my fingerprints on that screen and I'm walking away. I ain't waiting on people. Get y'all some global entry. It will save your life. I'm telling you. Coming back into O'Hare, I have seen global customs lines an hour or more long, and I literally stood in line for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm not waiting on y'all. I'm gonna go sit down. I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'm waiting for my husband to get them bags off that belt after he's standing that line for an hour and a half. You know, check my emails and all that stuff, but I'm not standing in that line. Yes, Denslow, you need global entry. Listen, TSA pre-check is $85 for 5 years. Global entry, $100 for 5 years. Listen, I'm not waiting. I ain't waiting in line for nobody. Yes, Janice. Some credit cards will reimburse you. I know American Express is one for sure, but it will save your life. And you know, it's a de-stressor. I'm telling you. Having it as well has allowed me to get the same type of access in Dubai. A lot of times I'll wait going into Dubai because it's people's, you know, first time, but I have, you know, access to go through. I think I have my husband's passport up here, and so he doesn't have it. Yeah, I have a little sticker on the back of my passport from Dubai that it has the same access. We got to London. I had the access. Y'all, I ain't standing in no lines. And another thing is there are some places that you can visit that has expedited entry. I want to say Aruba is getting it, but as of right now, Dubai, London, and Jamaica. Jamaica has Club Mobay. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the lounge on the arrival, okay, of Club Mobay, but I love skipping the lines. Like if you've ever gone to Jamaica and you get off that plane and you come around that corner and that line is all the way back to that door after the jetway, you know what I'm talking about. And if you get Club Mobay, you can go right on around them and go to customs and you out of there quick, okay? So Club Mobay arrival and departure is the bomb. I love departure more because the lounges are nicer on the departure side. You get to sit and chill, you know, have drinks and food. They have showers and bathrooms and playrooms and things like that. But yeah, y'all, we going all luxury on our Jamaica trip next year. All of us coming in Club Mobay, okay? I will have to go ahead and get it. I was kind of waiting for my TSA pre-check to expire. Yes, ma'am, because Tanisha, I'm leaving y'all in that line. I'm telling you. Like, it spooked me. We were coming from Cabo, and I had not gotten my global entry yet. You know, I kept saying, I'm going to do it. I started my application. It was still sitting in, you know, in my profile, and I didn't hit send. You paid $100 up front. And so, you know, I just had not finished it. You have to upload, you know, documents and things like that. And I just hadn't done it. We come back from Cabo and we had to change planes in LA. And when I say those lines were ridiculous, that was the last time I stood in the customs line, because you have to, that was the last time. That was it for me. I was done. It was over. And yes, I now have global entry. Now, there is like a, you know how they call it, what they call it when you have those games, a cheat app or a cheat sheet or a cheat book or something. So they have something that is, I wouldn't necessarily, it's not cheaper. Absolutely, it's not. I just thought about it because it's $14 a month. So if you want to, you know, do something quick and you haven't gotten your global entry yet, and you're about to leave the country and you're just trying to get something where you can have kind of an expedited customs entry, you can try mobile passport. But if I'm thinking right now, I don't even think mobile passport during this pandemic has been open. So y'all might want to check that. But mobile passport was an option, and it's like $14 per month. Someone's asking about, did you put up Negril yet? Negril bookings does not open until May 1st, but I did send an email today to remind you about the launch week next week. So next week we have a full week of of launch events. We have, we're going to be talking about different aspects of the trip, the resort, the rooms, the excursions, the amenities, all of that, leading up to May 1st, which is launch day. Okay. But you should have gotten an email about that. Hey, TT. Okay. So that's that about that. Get you some global entry, get your life together, or get left. You travel with us and we going international and we come back and you get off that plane and you see that line that's in a whole 7 S's. And I'm just like, okay, then it was nice traveling with you. I'll see you later. That's because I'm going to the 5-minute line and you're going to stand in the 2-hour line. And my husband will be standing over there with you and everybody else, because it's gonna be 2 fingers for me. I ain't standing in lines no more. He decided he ain't got his yet, but he be like, you gonna wait with me? No. If sometimes, depending on the airline, if I book tickets and I book them, under my same reservation number, if I book them, sometimes people who I'm booking for, they'll get the pre-check too, right? Sometimes they don't. And so, sometimes my husband gets lucky and he'll get TSA pre-check because I booked his flight. And sometimes he don't. He like, okay, I didn't get pre-check this time. I'm like, okay, then, well, I'll see you when we get to the gate then, because I'm not standing in a line. Global entry is $100 for 5 years. TSA pre-check is $85 for 5 years. So get global entry, because global entry includes pre-check. Okay, global entry includes the pre-check. So pre-check is just pre-check, and that just allows you to, get in early, but it is not guaranteed. Some airlines does not have it. Now I will say, like leaving out of O'Hare, going international, they don't have like a dedicated pre-check line. So if the lines are long, the line's just long, you still got to stand in them. But you don't have to take your shoes off and your stuff out your bag. I'll take that, because like taking shoes off, putting shoes on, taking computers out, because I take my computer everywhere. That's a lot too. But yes, global entry is worth every penny. I've gotten well worth my $100 already. Like literally, I've not stood in a line for more than maybe 10 minutes returning into the country with my global entry. Okay. So on my laptop, I'm filling out my global entry. Denslow, come on now. Yes, you get those. Sometimes if you're traveling internationally and you filled out your application, you can stop into the customs office on your way back and ask them if they have walk-in interviews, because you do have to have an interview. They ask you questions and then they take your fingerprints and things like that. And it may take, just like a passport, a few weeks for you to get it back. But yeah, it's a pretty easy process. You apply online, you pay the $100 and all that kind of stuff. Question: if I have pins in my ankles, will they stop me? Nope. They will not. Now, you have to go through the scanner. You don't have to go through that little thing where you hold your arms up. You just go through a regular, scanner, and then they'll just wand you or whatever. But if you have a doctor's note or whatever that is, that's cool too. Does Negril have triple occupancy as long as the global entry process? How long is the global entry process? I've been waiting since November 2020. So, probably it's probably a little bit delayed because of the pandemic, but it normally, it took me probably a couple of months. It took me a couple of months. Negril, triple occupancy. No, because there are only 2 beds. Now, if you're trying to get triple occupancy with someone that and somebody is cool with sleeping with another person in the king bed, so be it. But yeah, there's only 2 beds in a room, and we normally don't. If it's 2 beds, it's 2 people. We just don't assume, because we have roommate matching, and everybody that shares a room does not know each other. I had a walk-in interview in JFK when returning from South Africa. It was only 10 minutes, and I received my car in a week. See what I'm saying? Yeah, you can go in that walk-in interview on your way back. And it doesn't have to be your home city. If they have that global entry office in their customs office, then you can get your interview right then. And yeah, you can be good to go in a few weeks, and you don't have to stand in line. You can, get a deuces like I do when you get there. Okay. So, and talking about someone asked about triple occupancy. And so that is what our chat is about tonight. So we get so many questions about two things. Occupancy level, single versus double versus triple and quads. And we get a zillion questions about the difference in pricing that they see between group travel packages and what people book on their own. Okay. So first we're going to talk about the occupancy level. So our main question that we get is, why does double occupancy cost so much more than a single? So like, why can't my friend just come in the room with me and we just pay this one price? So let's just give you an example. Let's say you see a single is, and this is a group package, a single is $1,000, and then double is $700 per person. So people will say, well, $700 a person, that means there's two people in a room, that the room is $1,400, but when the single was only $1,000. Why is that? I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. The difference is, so when you're going with the group, and this kind of talks to about the group travel packages, it's not the same way that you book your personal travels. Okay? When you're going with the group, so many things are added to the package that is not just a hotel and a flight. Okay? Let's just give Negril, for example. The Negril hotel is not all inclusive, but we've made an all inclusive. So we had to add what the cost is for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with drinks is per day per person. So if we put that price for the single, right? That means if someone else goes in that room with that single person, you are absolutely, for this particular resort, you are absolutely welcome to go into that room with your friend and pay that single price. But guess what? One of y'all ain't eating. One person in that room will not eat all week because we've only calculated meals for one person per day in that room. One person in that room will not get any gift bags. One person in that room will not be a part of any excursions, any group activities, any other thing that is included in that package. That other person that's in there single because they wanted to pay that single price and not pay double will not be getting any additional amenities but a bed and a bathroom. That's it. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Now, let's flip it. And if it was an all-inclusive resort, first of all, if you got onto the resort as a guest and you're like, okay, I'm just going to stay in my room, my friend's room for a week on an all-inclusive. Again, you're not eating. Because listen, 99% of the resorts have wristbands, right? They have these wristbands that allow you to be on the resort, to get into different places, to eat, all of that. You have to have this wristband. So if you don't have this wristband, what you gonna do? It's the same thing. The amenities are not extended to you because you have not paid for them. Now that person has had to pay the entire cost of the room and the amenities that are added to the room. I hope this makes sense because again, we get this all the time. Like the single is only $1,000, and then if we do double, it's $1,400. Yes. Like I said, you gotta have this. Our Negril resort again it's considered a European plan resort, which means they do not have meals included. So we put the package together with the meals included per person. Per person. So if the room is for one, but there's 2 people in there, if your friend ain't bringing the food to the room and sharing with you, I don't know what you finna do for the week, but no meals will be extended to you because it's not included for 2 people. It's just for one. Okay. Any questions about that before I go and actually go into group travel package pricing? Any questions about singles versus doubles? And then it's the same thing for doubles, quads, triples. It's the same concept. So each person has to pay for the amenities separately outside of the cost of the room and the air. Most of us, if we are booking on our own, let's say you're going to California, you are typically just putting together air and hotel. Okay? You just putting together air and hotel. I've seen a couple share drinks and meals for a week because of this, and they stress me. Like, why even stress about something like that? Is the craziest thing ever. So you just gonna be in a room with room service or sneaking, I ain't gonna say sneaking, taking food to your room so that someone else can be in a room with you, and then if you're on a resort, like, you can have guests come to your resort. If you're on a resort and you decide you're gonna stay in the room, you're gonna sneak and stay in somebody's room, like, what you gonna do? Stay in the room the whole week? Because you can't, if you have a guest pass, those expire, all of that. Like, who grown got time for that? Like, these young people, okay, I can see, these 25, 20-year-olds, the millennials, like, I ain't even say all the millennials, because millennials goes up to like, what, 34? So I hope a 34-year-old ain't trying to do this, because listen. But, I can see young folks trying to do this and thinking that it's cool or thinking that they're getting over. But, it's no fun. Your trip not fun. Because you hiding and sneaking. Like, just pay the money and let's do what we supposed to be doing, sis. Like, come on. Like, but I again, we get this question a lot. But are there questions about the differences between single, doubles, triples, that kind of thing? Very much so, she said. People are weird. Yes. Any questions? Okay. So another thing that we get, people are like, oh my gosh, like, I found a trip to Timbuktu for cheaper than that. Absolutely. You can go on Groupon. You can go on all these places. And what I'm going to tell you about, I can't speak for any other travel group. Let me put that disclaimer out there too. But I can speak for Ladies and Luggage and say that we put our heart and soul into curating these trips. And it's about an experience for us. It's about an experience that we would like for our guests, our clients, our sisters to remember forever. Like, some people, Dubai and places like that are once in a lifetime destinations for people. And so to just throw something together and, I just want to keep it at the cheapest cost and do the least expensive thing, so a whole lot of people can go. We're not about that life. Okay. We, again, are about the experience, because, again, some people probably will never be able to take that trek, that 14-hour plane ride from Chicago to Dubai again. Okay. They've saved up, they've made payments over a year and a half, or whatever the case may be, and they may not be able to do it again. So we make sure that when we are putting itineraries together for these types of experiences, that we are putting our everything into it. We are partnering with the best tour operators, the best tour guides, the best vendors in these locations for the for the most part, we try to go to these places first and check things out and see what's what. Sometimes we cannot, but please know, even if we have not been there, we worry our vendors to death. Like, we're going to Greece in August, and listen, the tour companies that are doing different things for us while we are there, I know they sick of me. It's a pandemic, like it's a whole pandemic, ma'am. Ain't nothing even back open till May 15th. Why are you in my emails every day? Because I want to make sure that everything that you say is going to happen, because it's sight unseen. I've never been to Greece. Everything that you say is going to happen is going to happen. And I want to make sure of that. Okay. So we're putting together what we feel is the best experience for our guests, and that if they can never go again, that they will never forget that trip. So yes, you can find it for cheaper, sometimes a whole lot cheaper. But the experience that you will receive from us and some other travel groups as well cannot be matched, cannot be found anywhere else. We are considered unshoppable. You cannot shop for our experiences on Google, Priceline, Hotwire, none of them. Okay? You will not find a ladies and luggage experience on any of those types of websites ever. Okay? Because and I feel like every time we do different packages, we learn different things, we upgrade. Before, we didn't really know about the different types of camel experiences, but listen, now we do camel trekking, sunset camel trekking. Tell me what Groupon trip that someone booked that they showed you that they did a sunset 40 to 45 minute camel ride in Dubai in the sand dunes. None. I'ma just tell you. None. Not nan one. Nope. Not a one. See, Lania say, I'm a witness. You know, again, some people are like, I can go to Dubai for a whole lot cheaper. You surely can. But you're not finna be on a luxury motor coach. Your tour guide not finna be the bomb. You know, no. You're not having a private yacht party. You're not doing none of that. And then you're gonna get that nickel and dime yourself, you know, on these tours for cheap. And you're gonna be sweating in their cars and it like all that stuff. So listen, what my baby say, argue, my grandbaby. Gigi, they arguing. I ain't arguing with nobody. Everybody is free to book how they want to book. Now I know people come on our page sometimes and be like, y'all better not, don't listen. They get deleted for saying certain things, but sometimes I allow them to stay on there because I want people to know that we're very transparent on what we offer. Okay, our pricing is our pricing. And again, I can't speak for other travel groups, but I know other travel groups that do the same thing. You know, y'all don't know listen, getting these things together, especially places that you've never been yourself, and you're trying to put together an experience that you're saying to yourself like, oh, I would love this, or oh, I think they will love to do this, or this would be really nice, and trying to put all those components together and make it an amazing experience and not just a trip, that can be taxing. Contracts, contacting people who are 11, 12, 13-hour time difference from you. So, y'all I go to bed early. So these people, when it's time for me to go to bed, they're just starting work. So now I got to stay woke so I can email these people to make sure things are going to be okay. That's why the prices are different, because the experience is different. Groupon them ain't going to give you a ladies and luggage experience. Bottom line. I bet my last dollar. It will not to give you that experience. Okay. So that's the difference. So, any questions? I definitely will answer them for sure. Any questions, y'all? Oh, I see my brother on there. Who else I see? Dora. I am super excited about Savannah coming up. They're trying to put a little damper on our little some of our excursions because of COVID. Like, so many things are closing early and not available. So, but it's still gonna be the bomb. Period. Will you be going to Egypt? Egypt will be on our 2023 calendar. We are putting our 2023 calendar together as we speak. I can say for sure. Me and Ronnie talked about it earlier on our phone meeting. Portugal will be on there. Egypt will be on there. We are debating between St. Lucia and Aruba. Definitely Turks and Caicos will be on there. I haven't decided about our surprise trip for 2023, but 2022 surprise trip, I'm just going to tell y'all, that's a surprise trip you do not want to miss. Like, you missing the one this year, you still have a chance to go. But the 2022 surprise trip is an international destination, and we will be gone for, I think it's 9 days. So you already know 9 days. That means it's going to be fire. So I'll say that. But that's all we got for right now. That's all we got for right now. Okay. Is it too? Yes. Is it complete? So listen, Ash Cash. I have like this problem. And so, yeah, we'll probably be adding more things to 2022. I really just started looking at some stuff today. Definitely, the Negril is coming. I'm thinking Punta Cana, Paris. Yeah, because we have to move our Paris trip from this year to next year. So we're going to reopen Paris soon. It's going to be in April. I know that for certain. Punta Cana will be in March. I think that's it. I think that's all I'm adding. Okay. That's what I said right now. So you recommend global entry for Maldives or in general, since we aren't traveling like pre-COVID? In general for sure. But I've used it during COVID as well. I'm a person on Facebook who says she's coming to Hawaii. Oh, hey girl. Hey. Oh, Hawaii gonna be lit too. Actually, Hawaii is going to be lit. Yes, it's going to be lit. What would the price point be for the exclusive trip to? I'm currently going on 3 trips with you guys, but I want to get in the budget. Hey, Vine girl, listen. So I was just talking to them about Jamaica. So this particular resort is an European plan. So we added the meals and all of that stuff. Our DJ is coming with us. So the price point is going to be from, I want to say it starts at like 1,800 and up, depending on what type of accommodations you choose. Of course, you know the villas, which I know some ladies on these two platforms that don't want me to talk about the villas because they've been like, don't even put the villas on there because we getting them. I ain't gonna say no names, but depending on what type of accommodations you choose, the higher the accommodations. The rooms start at about 500 square feet and go up to 5,000 square feet. So, yeah, price points start at about 1,800. Okay, Lanita say agreed because she's one of the ones who's in my emails like, do not. Oh no, my text messages. What villa? That's for sure. They like, stop talking about them villas because they gone. Ain't no more villas. But yes, so it depends on what type of accommodations you select. Okay. What's the age group? Lawrence loves to travel. Is it adults only? I'm trying to think if we had younger people to go with us so far. No, but we're not opposed. We're not opposed to, kids going with us. It's just, we've had one she was 20, I think she was. But, it's just a matter of, do the kids want to travel with us? Because, we're like in our 40s up. So between, 40 to auntie is like 72. So, and up. So it depends on she want to hang out with the old people. If she want to hang out with the old people, we good. If she want to hang out with us, we're glad to have her. I'm trying to see. I don't think we have anything adults only right now. I don't think we have anything on the books right now that's adults only. How much are the villas? I want to say the villas are 24. 24. That's the 5-bedroom. That's the 5-bedroom villa. Y'all got your own house with your own with the own, yard and everything by yourself. Y'all know if we had enough people, that villa would have been gone. We would have booked that villa for ourselves. But it's just me and Ronnie. So, we okay. It's just me and Ronetta. Any more questions? Y'all need to make sure y'all checking y'all emails, like for real. Especially if you signed up, for the Jamaica email list. Did you announce the deposits? Nope. It's not going to be released until May 1st at around 1 p.m. Central Time after the launch party. The launch party is at 11. So, between 12 and 1, it'll be open. No on pools in the villa. It's just, they have their own like garden. The villa has its own, not even a balcony, but like a backyard, you can say. Each room, although the common area is huge, the entire villa, the 5-bedroom is 5,000 square feet, but each person has their own like 500 square foot room with their own, like amazing bathroom, their own balcony with hammocks on their balconies, and there's an outdoor space. The outdoor space in front before you even come into the villa is like a pergola. It's amazing. It's crazy. It's crazy. And each room has its own key card. So, you don't have to worry. It's just like a regular hotel room key card. So each person has, their room is private to them. And, you can go in like that. The kickoff is my birthday. Oh, okay, girl. How many per villa? So again, the bedrooms in the villas only have king beds. So we could do a double in those rooms if then, they fill up, and let's just say the people who book them off, you got 5 girlfriends, and then you come back and say, hey, my friend wants to come, and I'm cool with her sleeping in my king bed with me. So, wish I said the villas are sold out. So if you cool with somebody sleeping in the bed with you, we could do a double. But if not, we only price each one of those rooms as singles because it's only one bed and we can't put extra beds in there. Richay, I told you, they've been on me about them villas. Like, do not even post them. We have 2 1 bedrooms, but I think me and Ronnie are going to do those. And those are like 2 stories, and the 4-bedroom and the 5-bedroom villas are 2 stories as well. 2 stories. Any other questions? And I know people were asking about Global Entry. I hope you got the information. I saw that people were helping. You can definitely do the application online and submit it online all at the same time. Pay your $100, and then they'll send you a letter, conditional acceptance, and then they'll send another letter saying when you can schedule your interview. If you're in Chicagoland, interviews are typically on Canal Street. I think I was there maybe 15 minutes. Nope. But no place in Indiana to do it. So yeah, I had to go to Canal Street. But it wasn't bad, just made a day of it. And again, like I said, it was only 15 minutes in there on Canal Street. Do you have the passport to get global entry? You do. No, you do not, because you can use your global entry card without, like, you can, like I said, if you don't have your real ID, you'll be able to use your global entry card to, like, get into federal buildings and to, fly domestically, because again, if you just came on October 1st, you're gonna have to have your real ID if you are not going to carry your passport or your global entry card. They will not allow you to even take a domestic flight beginning October 1st if you do not have a real ID, global entry card, or passport. So, just plan for that, okay? So, there's no place in Indiana, in Southern Indiana. You can maybe check Indianapolis, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, Yvonne, global entry is like, it's like a skip the line pass at Six Flags. It's like a skip the line pass or fast pass at Six Flags. So it allows you to re-enter the country. You've already been verified. They've done an extensive background check. They've already taken your fingerprints. So you come back in, you go through, they have little kiosk where they identify you by your fingerprints. You put your fingerprints on the screen and they like, yep, that's you. They give you a ticket, and you normally, if it's a line through it or something, or if they have a sign up, you don't even have to stop at a customs agent. Like the last 4, maybe 5 times, I haven't even had to stop at a customs agent. Like, I come back in and I get my ticket and I go straight to the baggage claim area. No customs agent. The only time is if they have like a green thing, like it'll tell you on your ticket if you have to stop. I don't know, maybe someone didn't, take off their hat, or their face was something, they didn't catch their facial, because you look in the camera and you put your fingerprints. They didn't recognize your face or something like that. But other than that, I get the ticket, boom, straight to the baggage claim. Don't have to stop and talk to nobody. Okay. It takes a few months. Someone says that they applied in November and they haven't gotten theirs yet. So, you can check and see how long things are taking, because I'm not sure. But I think mine altogether may have taken about 3 months between applying, getting the conditional acceptance, getting the email saying that you can schedule an interview, going to the interview, and getting my card was about 90 days. About a 90-day. Now I'm able to put my trusted traveler's number, like all of my airline programs that I'm in, rewards programs. You can save your trusted traveler's number there. And so every time you book, they automatically have that information. And so that's how I'm able to, when I get my boarding pass, that's how I'm able to have my pre-check already on my boarding pass. Like with Southwest, I never have to request it every time I book my flights because my trusted traveler's number is saved in my account. When I book, it automatically gives me pre-check on my boarding pass. I just got mine. It took me 2 weeks here in Chicago, but I've heard it's taking a long time. Yeah, it took me about 90 days or so. About 90 days. But yeah, just make sure you put your trusted traveler's number in all of your rewards, your airline rewards programs, so that when you go there to book, you don't have to go and looking for it. It's there. And unless they're not offering or unless they're doing some type of, random, you don't get it. You'll have it on your boarding pass after you checked in for your flight. Yeah, and that's what I was saying too. Like if I go into my account on Southwest, typically if I book someone when I'm booking myself, then they'll get pre-check as well. Like I think we went on our family vacation last year and I booked all 9 tickets under mine, and they only gave like random people in the group pre-check. But hey, I wasn't expecting them to give all 9 people, but some got it, some didn't. But I'm leaving my mama. I'm not waiting in no long lines. No more. That's it. Any other questions? So get your real ID. I suggest you getting global entry if you are a traveler. If you are a traveler, international traveler, definitely global entry is where it's at. That $100 for 5 years will be, 3 times going through customs and being out in 5 minutes. You will have made it. Your return on investment is made. Okay. 15 minutes and 3 trips. Your return on investment is made, honey. Y'all know I stay looking at my window because I'll be like, who is this stopping in front of my house? It's just crazy. But yes, I suggest global entry. Again, I said, you have a little if for some reason you're traveling soon and you just like, dang, I ain't had time to do global entry, or I've applied and I haven't gotten my interview yet, or whatever the case may be, look into mobile passport. I know now it used to be free. It's no longer free. I think it's about $14 a month now. If they are still doing it during the pandemic, because I know when I came back from Dubai in February, I think that the mobile passport line was closed down. So with mobile passport, you have to do things before you leave. Like you put your passport information into this app. I've used it before I got my global entry. And it was free at that time. You put your passport information in, you take a photo of yourself, and when you arrive, as soon as you land, like you can't check in or whatever. If you have a layover in, let's say you have a layover in Dallas and you're coming back to Chicago, you can't check in Dallas. You have to wait until your flight lands in Chicago. Then you turn on your your mobile passport, and it'll give you, like, you can say you check in, blah, blah, blah. And it's a different line that you go through for mobile passport as well. Those lines are typically way shorter because people don't know about these things. So you can see if it's back open and available. I know some people ask about Clear. Clear is supposed to be kind of sort of like TSA PreCheck, but they are at way fewer airlines. And it's a monthly fee. It's a no for me. Get global entry, and you will have TSA PreCheck as well as the global entry, and it's way better. Okay, and like I said, Clear is a monthly fee. I think it's about $79 a month, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but yeah, I think it's about $79 a month. So yeah, you don't need that. And it's in way less airports. Okay. How do you get pre-check when you book online? So you have to make sure, if you don't have an account with this particular airline, let's just say you go on Southwest and you're booking your ticket, there will be a place there that asks for your trusted traveler's number. That is your global entry number, is what they're asking for. So when you put that in there, that lets them know that you have the global entry. Okay. When you purchase your ticket online, add your TSA. Oh yeah, she answered that. Yeah, just put in your trusted traveler's number that they give you on your card. I don't know if TSA PreCheck gives you a card, but I have a card that looks like it's an ID. Like I can use it for an identification card. If for some reason I leave my ID at home, I can use that for an ID. It's a government issue ID. But I normally don't travel with it because you don't even need it when you get back into the country. You just have your passport and your fingerprints. That's all you need. You don't even have to travel with your global entry card. You just need it to get your numbers off of it. Any other questions? I actually need to, as soon as I get off, I need to contact our Greece guy about these photos. Photo shoot. Oh, they sent a letter. TSA didn't give a card, they give a letter. Okay, yeah. But global entry, you get a it's an ID card. It has your picture, has your information on there. It's a whole ID card. And the little I might not have that up here either. No. Did you have to have a negative COVID test return? Yes, we did. Our tour guide arranged for a facility to come to our hotel, and I arranged for a conference room for our group to be tested in. But yes, you have to be tested to come back. Oh, and going. Yes, you have to have a negative COVID test to go within 3 days of departure, and then you have to have one within 3 days of come back home. Hey, Keisha. But yes, you have to have one going and coming. Whew. It's a lot. And especially if you're traveling on Sunday, it's very difficult. We ended up having to pay for our test. If you are looking for a quick facility to get a COVID test, just know you're going to have to pay, okay? I don't remember how much the regular price is because we ended up paying expedited costs because we had to do it 24 hours before. Don't ask. But I want to say it was like $140 maybe. Check your local airports. I know that Chicago Midway and Chicago O'Hare offer COVID tests that you can get within 3 days of your travels. They will ask you for like your ticket information to see if you're traveling within 3 days. So you can't just go there like, I just want to get a COVID test. It's, randomly. No, you must be traveling within 3 days. And you go online, you make your appointment, you pay, you show up, you take your COVID tests. It's a quick and easy process. And within 24 hours, they email you your results. Okay. So, again, I think that the regular price, testing was $140 or something like that. But they do have an expedited testing for people like me who had to end up getting it at the very last minute. And it comes back within 24 hours as well. They suggest that you get it like 3 days before so that you can get it back in 24 hours. But if something happens, but they're they're pretty good about getting those tests back to you by 3 p.m. the next day. Okay. And you can call a lab. Like the place that we took our original test at, we took two. The place that we took our original test at, they told us that we would have it back. And then they were like, well, And again, we traveled on a Sunday. So then we took it on. We had to take it on Friday morning because Dubai is, I'm not going to, let me go back on that 3 days. Dubai is 72 hours. So it's not just days for Dubai. It's 72 hours. And they are serious about those hours. So if your flight, typically if you're on Emirates, I can tell you right now that your flight leaves out at 8:35 p.m. Okay? No. Yes, 8:35 p.m. You cannot have a COVID test before 8:35 p.m. 3 days before your flight leaves. So you can't do it at 10 o'clock in the morning. You can't do it at 8 o'clock. It has to be 72 hours or less before arrival. So we could not take our test until Friday morning, and we were leaving on Sunday. And then they were not able to get our test back to us. So we had to, at the last minute, the day before, go to O'Hare because Midway did not have any appointments. So we had to drive an hour to O'Hare and pay that hightail money for 2 people to get COVID tests, but we got them back by 3 o'clock the next day. And our flight, we had to be at the airport. We were leaving out of our house at 3:30. Okay. So yeah. Plan in advance. You should be researching well before you are ready to travel about where you're going to get your COVID test, because a lot of international destinations will require it. Even if, pin right here, even if you are vaccinated, some places will still require that you have a negative COVID test also. Okay? Now, Greece, right now they are saying vaccine or negative COVID test. Okay, that could change. Y'all know this stuff, how much this stuff changes, but coming back to the U.S., they do not care. You still have to have a negative COVID test, even if you've been vaccinated. And like I said, other places, Jamaica, even if you've been vaccinated, you have to have a negative COVID test. St. Lucia, Aruba, these places still require that you have a negative COVID test, typically within 3 days of arrival, whether you are fully vaccinated or not. So keep that in mind. So you still got to get the COVID test. And you definitely still have to get it to come home from any international place. And that's another thing that you should be researching. If you know, the people, tell this to your friends and family, the Groupon and the Priceline and the Hotwire people. Find your COVID test site in destination before you leave. Do not try to arrive in Dubai with a trip that you done put together and you don't know where you're going to get a COVID test to get back home. That ain't what you want. Do your research before you leave and have those things planned out before you go. Another reason to travel with the travel group. All of those details are handled. Now, there is a cost. Like if you're going to Mexico and the Caribbean, typically most of those resorts do not charge you for the COVID test to get back, because they can do an antigen test and they give those for free. If you somewhere have to get a PCR test, then you're going to have to pay for it. But outside of Mexico and the Caribbean, be prepared to pay for your COVID test to get back to the U.S. We're going to have to pay for a COVID test to come back from Greece. We don't know the amount yet, but as soon as we know, places like that, Europe, those places, you're going to have to pay to get a COVID test to come back home. There are some places in Jamaica, Mexico, places like that will, if you're staying off the beaten path, if you're not staying at a well-known brand, like the, Hard Rock and AM Resorts, Playa and Palace, those, those well-known names reuse, you may need to look into what you're going to have to do to get home, because you may have to pay. Okay. If you're staying at a smaller, boutique hotel or Airbnbs and things like that, you're going to need to know where you're going to have to go to take a COVID test, and if you need a reservation or whatever like that. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions before I go? If you guys have topics that you would like to hear us talk about, make sure that you email them to us, info@ladiesandluggage.com. You can text them to us at 866-712-8728. Make sure you're checking your emails. If you are signed up for the Jamaica email list, we did send out an email this morning or today. I can say today. Another one will go out Wednesday and then Friday. And then next week, you'll definitely get one every day for a reminder that we will be live Sunday through Friday, 7 p.m. every single day, discussing our upcoming Jamaica trip. And then on Saturday at 11 a.m., we'll have a special guest on Saturday already. We're trying to confirm our special guest. Our very own Sean Pierre from the Jamaica Tourist Board to come and chat with us on Thursday. We're trying to get him to come in, but we have the general manager of the Cliff that will be with us live Saturday on launch day, talking about the amazing property. So make sure you're here next week. Make sure you're checking emails. We will be paying for COVID tests on the Cabo trip in November. We are saying nope, it's included. I got y'all, you know. I got y'all. But make sure you're checking your emails so that you won't miss out on anything. I will see you guys next Monday. Oh no, next Sunday. Sunday at 7 p.m. And later, y'all.